There we are. We ready now?
As ready as we're going to be. Hi. I'm
Peace. Welcome to the porch.
It's a real porch today because I'm Dr. Michelle Moroz.
I'm Brian Swanson
We are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual.
with Pearls of Wisdom.
From the porch.
I can see this is going to be a real effective episode.
Have you had one of those days?
We're both having one of those days.
Yeah.
On one of those days.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. We can't get the lighting to go right. I mean, I don't know if it's because we're both wearing shades of red, but we feel it's very dark.
We seem dark. We don't know what it is, but we don't have all the sunlight coming in, but we've never had that problem before.
No, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. So
this is just one of those off days. You know why I think that is, now that I think about it?
Why?
Because last weekend was like terrifyingly busy because of the con and because of all the DJ stuff that I did and because of everything else. And everything was just kind of, it's time for it to calm down. We don't know what to do. You know how you get going. And then all of a sudden you have a day off and you're like, okay, well, I was looking forward to my day off, but now I don't know what to do.
Well, my thing is I've been sick. And
that doesn't help you.
While you're really busy, I was really sick. And then I'm feeling a little better, but it's like we're both doing this.
Downward spiral. We won't go too far down, but it's a downward spiral.
But it's life, and that's what we talk about here in Denim and Pearls. We sit on the porch and we talk about stuff that happens in life. Yes. Well, because that's what we do. I mean, we come around, and that's how this all started, is we came together and we do, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. No. This is happening. Oh my gosh, you see that truck go by? See how fast they drove by? And then we would just start talking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a true.
Maybe we need to break out the beer. Maybe that would help us.
There's beer right there in the fridge.
I know there's plenty of beer in the fridge.
Let's do it. No, just kidding. We have tea. I've got coffee. He's got coffee. I've got tea. But
it's not the same.
But that's the whole thing about when you're with friends on the porch is what's going on in your mind. And with him he's been busy. I mean, he did the Not So Mini Con last weekend, which was an absolute blast, by the way. And I can't wait for the next one. And we're predicting what's going to happen in July because the next one is July 28th, right?
27th.
27th. Okay.
July 27th. Saturday instead of Sunday.
Oh, really? It's a Saturday.
Yeah, we backed it to Saturday.
Interesting.
Well, it does a few things. And we talked about organization last week or the week before, something like that. But when you put something together, and especially if you're going to do it multiple times, you learn from the first one, you learn from the second one, you know, as it goes on. And one of the things that we learned on this was I had wanted to keep it on Sunday because to me, Sunday says family.
Okay.
And that's usually family events, different things like that, rather than trying to be part of the Saturday crowd or the Friday night crowd or anything like that. I wanted it on Sunday. Well, the challenge with that is the center that we use actually is also used as a church. So by the time they get out, by the time I can get my vendors in, we can get set up, the whole 9 yards.
And the chaos in the parking lot.
It creates a little bit of chaos going down. So I figured if we move it to Saturday, it's still a good weekend. And we can actually get in instead of like an hour earlier from the show, prior to the show, we can get in a few hours earlier.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And get some stuff set up and maybe even move our time. I think I'm going to move our time from 2:00 in the afternoon to noon.
Perfect.
So start at noon and go to 5 o'clock or so. It's only about 5 hours. I'm happy with the time,
good,
the length of it.
But that makes sense because I do remember while the vendors were coming in, people from church were coming out.
Right.
The parking lot was kind of nuts on people coming in and out. And I'm watching the door to see who's coming in as a vendor and who's just coming in to go to the bathroom after church. And so it's like, yeah, you're right. It was.
So we cut down on a little bit of that chaos. I think the event went well. I don't think there was a lot of problems per se, but there was a few improvements. I won't even say a lot of improvements because there's only a few. Some of it had to do with how there's video screens everywhere in the event center if you haven't been there. But each video screen sits in different locations kind of strategically around the entire place. Well, I discovered that I can't just put them on scrolling.
No.
So for instance, if I have the snack bar should have a sign that just says snack bar. It never changes. So those are lessons learned. I mean, they're little lessons that can just make things better, you know, because people couldn't find the snack bar because it was in kind of an obscure little place. But
that goes to, I'm going to bring it back into business and why we're here. You always have to evaluate what you do. And even if you do it all the time. I mean, he went from Galaxy Fest, which was humongous, to MiniCon, to not so many con. And each time you've got to adjust your sails ever so slightly. And what used to be would be considered negligible in the Galaxy Fest world of humongousness, in the not so many con, that micro problem was like, that's kind of really not a good thing for us right now. Right. And so we're fixing it. It's awesome.
And I think that goes with any event. I mean, if you're like, you do the events with the book and the authors and such,
we're still adjusting that one.
Right. It goes in and you go in with a pattern, but it has to adjust to the venue also.
Oh yeah. Like when we go to New York, we have to adjust to the billboard. I mean, so it's like, we want to do this every night at, when we're there at 9 p.m. and the billboard says, sorry, we're booked till 10.
Right.
And so it's like, oh, okay, everybody, take a nap sometime today because we're not going to get out there till 10.
Yeah.
And it's always micro shifting. It's not massive change. It's micro shifting in the moment.
So if you didn't have a plan in the first place, though,
then that would be
then it would be a nightmare.
But that's the whole thing is, in our businesses, in our lives, people freak out when you have to shift. Thing is that's really how you sail. When you're sailing, people on a sailboat are not just sitting there letting the boat go. It's constantly microly shifting the sails and the strings, and it's constant movement. And that's basically what you're doing in life and business.
I don't know all the terms either, but you don't know the terms either.
I don't know the terms. I just know I've been on a boat and they're not sitting still. They're never sitting still. And even the captain, when he's on he's driving, he's doing this. Even when you're in your car. How many of you have a new car? Those new cars with the newer cars that have that the lane assist. Okay. You think that when you're driving straight, but if you put that lane assist on, it's constantly kind of pushing you because you're always micro adjusting.
Well, it recognizes, not only does it recognize the lanes and where the lines are supposed to be, assuming that the lines are painted properly. Not only is it adjusting for that, but if you take your hands off the wheel, even if you are going in a straight line, it recognizes the fact that you're not touching it, and it has nothing to do with how you're gripping it. It actually has to do with your natural tendency to do what you're calling micro changes in your steering wheel.
We do it in everything we do.
Oh yeah.
Even when you're walking, you think you're walking straight. No, your feet are doing, nope, that's a rock. Nope, that's a little bit lower than the other side. It's constant micro shifting. So sometimes in life, in general, in business, whatever you're doing, you are constantly micro shifting and we need to shift. In your case, you've been at high speed Mach 9 for a week or two now. And I've been crashing with not feeling so well. And I keep trying to stay up. And basically what today is his body's like, dang, I'm tired. And my body's like, I'm tired of trying to stay up.
It's not my body, it's my brain.
Yeah.
I think brain stimulus, if you will, or working your brain is actually more tiring than working your body, in my opinion. You look at me like I'm crazy.
I'm thinking incline.
Well, that's going to extremes if you're not an incline kind of person that,
it actually works
4 mile into the skies and trying to.
With physical endurance, you need the mental endurance in order to keep going physical. Because the thing is have you ever seen that? It's a motivational video. It's a football team. And the coach tells the one kid, go. And the kid's like, I can't do it. He goes, I want you to pull. You haven't seen it?
Go ahead, keep going, because you said I want you, and I said to want me. I'm thinking Cheap Trick. Go ahead.
No, there's a football player, and he's exhausted. He doesn't want to play anymore. He doesn't want to do it. And the guy's like, I just want you to go 10 more yards, just 10 more yards, just pull. And the guy's like, I can't. He goes, don't look back, just go, and we'll cheer you on. We'll make sure you get to that 10 yards. And he's pulling and pulling. He does not see what's happening behind him. He's just pulling.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I can't go. Keep going. We believe in you. Just keep going. But I'm so tired. Just keep going. And the guy keeps pulling and pulling. And he goes, you did it. And the kid does what? And he looks up and he has run or pulled the whole length of the football team. He thought he could make it another 5 yards. They cheered him for the rest of the football field. Mm-hmm. I gotta find that. It was.
Are you talking about Rudy?
No. It's a motivational.
Or the last yard?
No, it's a motivational video. It is not a movie.
I was actually thought I was going to get smart there. Come up with a movie for once.
It's not a movie, but it's basically, you don't know what you don't know, but your brain will tell you what you cannot do before your body actually believes it. So like this kid thought he couldn't do it. His body, his muscles were done. But when his people around him were saying, "You got this," his brain went, "Okay, just a little bit more. I've only got five more steps, 5 more steps." And all he thought about was 5 more steps. Next thing he knew, he did the whole thing. It was a mental thing more than a physical thing.
Well, most everything we do is a mental thing. But
that's what
you got totally off topic.
No, I'm trying to get back to you.
Okay, come back.
When he says that mental stimulus is actually more exhausting, what I was agreeing with is it is. Because your mental state, if your mental state says, "I'm done," it stops your body. If your mental state says, "We've got this," your body will endure more than it can.
It's like the statement, "I don't have time to be sick."
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Well, I'm thinking like we saw that Rocky
Balboa.
No, Rocky Balger. He was the speaker at the Boy
Scout.
Breyer.
Breyer.
Breiler.
No, there's no L. Just Breier.
He's a football player from the Steelers.
Yeah,
back in
1973.
And like he gave an example of
13th Super Bowl, only touchdown.
4. He had 4 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, but it was his only touchdown.
1, but he had 4 Super Bowl rings.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, what I'm getting at is he was talking about how, he got blown up in the war, and
actually it's Bleier. Yeah.
Blyer.
It's Blyer.
It's Blyer. Yeah. But he talked about his story about mentally getting back up. He was told by his doctors, "Yeah, you probably aren't going to go back to football."
He was blown up by a grenade in Vietnam.
But his mental state said, "I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep working." And slowly but surely, he got on like the side team and the backup team, and he just kept going. Next thing you know, he gets 3 more Super Bowl rings. It's a mental thing. His brain didn't give up, and his body kept up because of his brain.
Now, what does that have to do with my brain being tired?
I'm saying that's why your whole body is tired, is because your brain is tired.
Hey, it was a great trek you went down, but I still don't understand the.
I'll show the video. I'll have to find the video.
I understand with the brain going and maintaining everything, and your brain will and your body will go through more than what it expects if your brain will allow you to do it. Blah 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 blah. I get all that. All I'm saying is the weekend was more mentally exhausting than physically exhausting.
But your body is tired because your brain is tired.
Who said my brain was tired?
Or
my body was tired?
Your body doesn't want to move either.
Well, it's normal. That's day to day. That's called age.
No.
That's called age. No gym work. No running anymore. It's lots of things.
The things I have to put up with.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is like with me, I say I'm ill, but I'm not really ill. It's my brain. My brain hurts. And so my brain hurts, which makes my body not want to move because I can't focus.
Maybe that's the difference. I'm defining it a little differently than you are. I went through a whole lot of brain work in order to make sure everybody was organized. The event was organized. Everything was in place where it needed to be. Yeah. All of this stuff. That's all just brain work, which has nothing to do with my physical fitness.
You're talking about you were program managing everything.
Exactly. So my brain work was on a very high level. Had nothing to do with my fitness or anything like that.
I'm going to talk about your fitness.
Well, that's what you were kind of talking about.
No.
I can't do certain things. Our brain will set us in the direction we need to go. I'm just saying the fact that I had to think a lot. So, and that's it.
And I'm exhausted because
you're listening to this conversation.
Because my brain is like, my brain doesn't work like a normal brain. It has to go through different paths than your average brain because it's broken in some places.
No.
And so I'm tired because my brain has been overworked.
That's because you're from Venus and I'm from Mars. That's all it is.
Girls are from Venus, boys are from Mars, or something like that. I think we need to stop the show. I'm cocking out. But basically, if you are physically tired, more than likely you need to give yourself a break. So let's talk about learning to take a break, because these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
I love that song, by the way.
Yeah. If you feel exhausted, be it physically or mentally, figure out how to detach, how to unplug, go sit in your car and listen to music, whatever you need to do, but you need to take time off, because if you are feeling exhausted in one way, shape, or form, physically or mentally, whatever, take time off so that whatever is exhausted in you can recover, so you can be the best version of you.
I just have to keep going because I still have things. I got a busy weekend this weekend. I have a big event this weekend. It's not my event. I just have to be there for the sound and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a big weekend. Thank goodness I don't have to go through all the stuff that she's going through now, because I've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
Her event's a little bigger than mine. She's expecting a lot more people. She's expecting like 3,000 people or something. So Macaroni Kid over at the soccer house
in Colorado
Saturday
Springs.
in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, you do.
Great event. Like, she got 100 and some vendors and all kinds of cosplays, things going on, and cars, stuff inside, outside. I don't know if she's having like a hot dog venue.
So Macaroni Kid this Saturday in Colorado Springs. Look it up, Macaroni Kid.
Yep. MacaroniKid.org, I think. Colorado. Heck, I don't know. But it's a great event. But then I got to turn around and do karaoke after that.
At Brass Tap.
So it's a busy weekend.
Yep.
Busy Saturday.
And if you ever want to see us on Tuesday nights, we're over at Deuce's Wild on
Templeton Gap.
Yeah, 6:30. Music bingo. It's kind of fun.
Music bingo.
We tend to sing around, sit around and sing to all the music videos Crazy Boy has put together. It's been a lot of fun.
And this week coming up week is country.
Oh, so I won't go.
Just because you won't know the songs?
I won't know one of them. Not one of them.
Yes, you will. I'm sure you've done like a little Shania. These boots are made for walking.
I'm pretty sure there's only, out of your 72 song selections, I'll know 3 of them.
Nah, I don't know more than
that. Okay. Anyways. So what are you up to?
It's actually 150, but that's besides the point.
I just know it was like 70 something when I was trying to count and write them all down and realize
it's supposed to be 75 for one game. Which is why this is difficult, because if I have to play 2 games where I have to edit them, that's 150 videos I have to edit. Uh-huh.
I'm tired just hearing him say
that. A crazy day. Do we need to get you some, what's that stuff? High caffeinated beverage?
No, I need my brain to stop buzzing.
I can see that.
Guess I have to go to the cabin and hang out.
Well, you're doing that anyway, right?
Not really.
Up to West Cliff?
Yeah. My husband's making me take a break.
Well, you can do that and sleep on a car up. It's a 2-hour drive, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, hello, and realize that when you're tired, no matter what it is, how it is, you need to learn to take a break. I mean, I'm taking a break and it's still not working, so I need more of a break.
Well, here's the crazy part. They actually see us in kind of a everyday mode, as opposed to the happy, happy, joy, joy, because we're always talking about happy, happy, joy, joy. And your appearance in a public thing should always be happy, happy, joy, joy. Well, I don't people on this video are not seeing us as depressed or anything, but they can see you're tired. They can probably see that I'm tired. Our subjects aren't flowing as normal as they have. So this is just life.
And my eyes aren't twinkling. My eyes are normally twinkling. They're not twinkling right
now. Is your candle blown out?
Yeah.
The candle in the wind?
I'm pooped.
So we don't always have to post this either, but I think it's a good thing to show.
No, we should show it.
Yeah.
And and actually next week.
We'll just cut it early.
Next week I'm going to be heading out to Vegas to be interviewed on a docuseries.
I'm just going to build you a train from here to Vegas.
That would be nice. Actually, I need a transporter so I don't have to wait. I just
beam me over, Scotty.
Yeah, like Bewitched.
Oh, that would even be cooler.
I want that.
You got to figure her technology was better than Star Trek's.
It is. It's much faster.
Just wiggle your nose and you're there.
Yeah.
You just got to learn to wiggle your nose.
I can move.
You know that was all computer generated, right?
No, actually, she can do it.
No, but it was computer generated for the show.
She could do it. I saw her do it on a show like Johnny Carson.
Oh, really?
I've seen her twitch her nose.
I swear it was.
She could move. No, she could move her nose. That was the joke. He is. Yeah, I saw her on like Johnny Carson. And she says, "I can." She goes, "Give me," and she does this, and her nose moves by itself. Anyways, we gotta go.
I thought that was a great topic.
It is not computer generated.
I don't know. What?
I'm trying to remember her real name. The gal who played Samantha.
I wanted to say Barbara Billingsley, but she
No,
was not.
no.
It wasn't her.
No, that's
I don't know.
what cart?
Put it in a topic. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Put it in the
really
thing downstairs.
She really could. She could twitch her nose.
I can see it. I can see the whole.
Yeah, I see the whole entrance with Dick Clark,
not Dick Clark.
Dick Sargent.
Well, there was two of them
I
actually.
know.
There were two.
I know.
There was Dick Sargent and somebody else, Dick something or somebody Dick. I don't remember.
Elizabeth Montgomery as Bewitched. That's her. She could twitch her nose.
What about Tabitha?
No, Tabitha used to do this. I remember that. Okay, so
now that we covered classic TV today,
I'm so tired.
We'll call it an end. How's that?
Let's call it an end.
All right.
Remember, go be the best you. And if to be the best you need to take a break, take a break. And because apparently we need to take a break. And
you need to go to the hot tub and I need to go back to work.
Yeah. I wish I could go to the hot tub. Yep. No hot tub for me. Anyways, so go be the best you. We'll see you next week, Friday, same bat channel, same bat time. And share, like, do all that good stuff, because people have to realize that no matter how happy, joy you are all the time, sometimes you just got to be you. And we're real. We're on the porch. My name is Dr. Michelle Moras.
We've gone through like 10 songs today.
Who are you?
Got to be you.
Who are you?
Got to be
Who
me.
are you?
Who are you? Bonk, bonk.
It's Brian Swanson.
My name's Brian Swanson.
We're Denim and Pearls. We're business casual.
With pearls of wisdom.
From the porch. Good night.